Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Garry.
We're singing again.
And I'm pouring some wine.
Pour the wine.
It's Rom-Com time.
You ready to get into it? Get right into it.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be recapping and reviewing the first episode of season 2 of The Chicken Sisters.
Yay, it's back.
The train has left the station, y'all. It aired on the Hallmark Channel on Sunday, August 10th, 2025, and is streaming right now on Hallmark Plus.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review. And hopefully it's a positive one.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yes. You can also find us on YouTube and all social media.
You can also send us an email to pour the wine. It's romcomtime@gmail.com and let us know if you watched season 1 of Chicken Sisters and what you thought. And if you're diving into season 2 like we are.
Yeah,
we're pretty excited about it.
We are.
We are.
So you want to tell us who's in this one?
Yeah, I think so. We went into each actor pretty extensively.
Yes.
During our recaps and reviews of the first season. So if you want to hear details about them, they're at the beginning of the podcast of season 1.
Yes, they
right
are.
Of each episode, as people appeared, we were talking about their acting credits. And so we figured this time we will talk about who's returning in the episodes.
Yes.
Right. We'll just mention their names and because, you're familiar with them. If you want more details, you can go back to our previous episodes. And then we will also go into detail about any actors that might show up that we haven't discussed.
Correct.
Last season.
Yes.
Because I think there are going to be a few. So returning for season 2 and episode 1 are Skylar Fisk as Amanda Moore Hillier, Genevieve Angelson as Mae Moore, Leah Thompson as Nancy Hillier, Wendy Malick as Augusta Gus Moore, Andrew Gus, they call her Gus, right?
Gus.
Andrew J. Hampton returns as Patrick. Margot Martindale is the narrator. She's really good.
Yeah, she
the
is.
Narrating. Rukiah Bernard returns as Sabrina Sky. James Cott comes back as Frank Hillier Jr. Caitlin Howden is Shauna.
Yes.
Samir Salem returns as Jay. Cassandra Sawtell as Frankie Hillier. Hector Rivera is back as Sergio. Kelsey Mawima is Lindsey. Drew Henderson is back as Sheriff Eddie Lawrence. And Matthew James Dowden returns as Pastor McGregor.
Uh-oh.
And then we saw for the first time, and we don't think we saw him last season, the mayor.
I don't remember the mayor.
Mayor Carson is played by Lachlan Monroe. Sorry about that. He has 285 acting credits, nearly 300 acting credits.
Good for him, man.
For Hallmark, he's played Dr. Richard Corman in several Curious Caterer movies. He was in the movie Navigating Christmas, Time for Them to Come Home for Christmas, and Winter's Dream. Okay. Some of his other work includes episodes of Alert, Missing Persons Unit, Family Law, and Wild Card.
Wow.
He played Hal Cooper for 52 episodes in Riverdale.
Ooh,
Remember,
Riverdale.
He was in a few episodes of Castle, and way back in the day, he was in 4 episodes of 21 Jump Street.
Ooh, the 80s, huh?
Let it go.
Man, he's been around.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute.
Oh, awesome. Well, you want to talk about the director?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Who directed this episode?
So in season 2, episode 1, it was directed by Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson. We love her.
Nice. Of course, we know and love Leah from the 80s.
The 80s.
That's right. With our favorites like Back to the Future movies, Red Dawn, and Some Kind of Wonderful. Some Kind of Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. She was also in Next Stop Christmas and the Jane Doe Mysteries for Hallmark.
People can see you.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
In fact, her very first directing credit was a Jane Doe mystery, The
Pretty
Harder
cool.
They Fall.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, right? And some of her other 15 directing credits include 3 episodes of Will Trent, 10 episodes of The Goldbergs, which we loved, and 6 episodes of Schooled. You've been schooled. This episode was written by Aaron Gibson. Aaron was a writer in season 1 and is now the showrunner and executive producer for season 2.
That's really cool.
I know,
right?
Promotion,
Yeah,
get that promotion. You gotta get it when you can get it.
That's right.
She has over 24 writing credits, including 8 episodes of Tiny Toon Looniversity. I'd like to go there, get a degree.
Looniversity, I think we're already there.
I know, right? And 52 episodes of Throwing Shade. Dun, dun, dun. So is it time to drop this synopsis?
You want me to drop the synopsis?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. The synopsis for season 2, episode 1. With their 2 restaurants finally united as the Chicken Sisters, Gus, Nancy, Amanda, and Mae are thriving until Kitchen Clash premieres. Ooh, and what a premiere it was, right?
Man.
Which we'll get to.
Man.
Uh-huh.
Well, we'll probably give away some spoilers.
Yeah,
so please, press pause, go and watch the episode, then come back and listen to us.
Right.
Because we don't want you to be mad at us.
Please don't be mad at us.
You know?
This is your warning, your fair warning, right?
Yes, it is. So, what did you think?
Okay. So, I was thinking about this episode, and I thought it was good. I thought it was a good start back to the season. I feel like if you haven't watched season 1, could you just pick up here? Because we talk about that a lot. Could you just pick up? And I think you could. I think you could watch it fresh. But I also think that there's such depth to the characters in season 1.
Yes.
You should go watch it. Can you watch season 2 without having watched season 1? Yeah. And you could pick it up, along the way, I think. But there's so much intricacies of each character that go back and watch season 1 because we really enjoyed that. So
we did.
Having said that, though, I think like I said, I thought it was good. It didn't have quite the punch that the episodes in season 1 had for me yet, but that's always hard. Sometimes the first episode, even in the new season, they're kind of getting their footing again. It picks up 8 months after the end of the last one.
Yeah.
I think, or about that. It's not like immediately after.
Right.
So there's been some time. So, we're trying to play catch up too, to see where everyone's at, what's going on. So I thought it was good. It wasn't my favorite episode, between last season and this, but I think it'll pick up. Hopefully it's going to pick up from here. Yeah. What about you? What'd you think?
Well, I will say this, the last, I would say 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Really
that's where it kicked up.
Yes,
I agree. I mean, there were some great parts in this. I mean, I thought like I said, I thought it was good, but go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the episode. I feel like the characters are now working really well together, the actors.
Yeah.
I feel like
I thought they had great chemistry
story is picking up where it left off. And like in the last season, you picked this out of, in every episode they show the chicken.
Yeah, at the beginning it's something different, right?
And it's somewhere different, and it usually has to do with the episode itself. And this one, you pick it up right at the beginning, and it's made out of the flowers. Made out of flowers, which we'll talk about later on in this discussion. But no, I really enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's great.
Yeah. So you want to get into it?
Let's get into it.
All right.
So, like I said, it picks up about 8 months after the end of the last episode. So, time has moved on. Nancy's been dating the preacher.
I know.
Right. Nancy and Gus are living or Gus has moved in with Nancy because Gus's house, she burned her house down.
Yes.
Ish. Although insurance doesn't know that, right?
Right. It was a lightning bolt.
Right. It was a lightning. That's right. It was a lightning bolt. So Gus is living with Nancy.
You have Mae and Jay.
Mae and Jay are planning their wedding.
Their wedding.
Right.
Sergio and Amanda, they're kind of flirting a little bit.
Well, they developed
bit
a
of-
friendship. They've kind of moved past, hopefully, the feelings or whatever happened between them.
I know. And you have
feelings.
Shauna, who's continuing her many jobs, which I love.
And she's making money where she can. That Shauna is.
She is a go-getter.
She's selling shirts.
Yeah. And then we got Frankie and Lindsey. You know, the two girls.
Right.
The best friends. We got a storyline going there. We got Sabrina, who was in New York, is now coming back.
Right.
So we got a lot going on.
Yeah, there's just a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. So, like I said at the very beginning, I mean, what'd you think of the Nancy Gus? Like Nancy's trying to keep Gus healthy. We kind of see that right at the beginning because Gus had the issue with her MS, right?
Right. The bacon.
Yeah. So Gus feels like Nancy's kind of watching over. So they still have that banter that was classic from last season. Only it's a little bit less because they kind of like each other now. Mm-hmm. They're not such enemies like they used to be. So you kind of start off with the two of them and Nancy, and the pastor comes to talk to Nancy a little bit about their date later.
And Gus is like, well, you can move in with the pastor and I'll stay here.
Yeah, because she wants the house to herself, so she's not micromanaged. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Amanda and Sergio, they're kind of joking around a little bit in the kitchen, right? And then Gus is like, if you're yakking, you're slacking. So I like that we had some Gusisms this time, or in this episode again, like last season. So it was pretty good. Yeah. And then, we kind of moved to Mae and Jay, which we discussed about. They're planning their wedding. But at the end of last season, Mae sees a picture and she thinks she knows who her dad is. Right. So that's sort of going to be a theme in this episode also, right? Because and it comes up because Jay says his mom was looking forward to the mother-son dance and then asked him if Mae was going to be dancing with her dad or her father or whatever. Yeah. So, so Mae is really, really curious about who her dad is, and she thinks it is Farmer Jarvis because he's in the picture with her mom.
Yes.
Right? And she's kind of afraid to ask Gus who her dad is, but she's trying to kind of build up the courage to do that.
Right. And she thinks she has his mannerisms. So it's kind of funny how if you think something, you see it.
You can see it. Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's not necessarily always the truth. So, I thought that was funny.
And then you have, Shauna, who's trying to push Amanda to date.
Oh, man, that was such a great scene, too.
Yeah, and then Amanda, of course, we have Frank Jr., who doesn't want to get a divorce. He's not signing the divorce papers. Yeah. And then you also see a glimpse of Frank Jr. and his new restaurant.
I know.
The Chicken Cluckery or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Chicken Cluckery.
It's the Chicken Cluckery.
Yes. And it's all frozen.
It's
and
all
instant.
Right. It was so wild. So you see that they're cutting corners, right, by the frozen vegetables, instant mashed potatoes,
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
Remember the movie we saw about McDonald's?
Yes.
And how the McDonald brothers built that industry up, or built that McDonald's up, and it was all fresh, and they had a system, and then what's his name? Who played him?
Michael Keaton.
Yes, Michael Keaton comes in, and he wants to be a part of it, and he gets them to change their menu and everything to like frozen and.
Well, he streamlines a lot of things which were good, but he also made some changes that the brothers didn't like, and he took control. I mean, it's based on the true story of McDonald's, right? And
but that's what that kind of reminded me of. Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's what Frank Jr. has gone to. He's gone to like a franchise, type
franchise,
restaurant with Mr. Chicken. Yeah, with that
and
wonderful
his little videos,
non-chauvinistic. No, he's a total chauvinistic guy. He's got like the TED Talks or the motivational "You're the man" tapes. So he's gone into business. Well, I guess for him, maybe not with him. I don't really know, but
we don't know
so everything, isn't fresh, isn't like what his dad and,
Right,
you know,
right.
his mom's family had produced for all those years. So,
But
we kind of see that.
what I
with
thought
him.
was funny with Shauna in that one scene is when Amanda's talking to her about the divorce papers.
Yes.
And Shauna said, "Oh, she can get him to sign with she can get him to sign them with a little bit of live humiliation
Public
or public
humiliation,
humiliation," which I thought was so funny.
And then Amanda says, "We're not going to stoop to that level." And Shauna says, "That level's fun."
Yeah. She is, and I love how she
she's
changes
so
her
good.
voice
She
when she
is
does that.
so
It gets
good.
deeper.
Oh my gosh, I love her character. Yes,
Yes.
she's so good. And then that's when she gives her a book
Yes.
to read. To
Yes,
pass the time.
the romance
is it?
book. It's called Queen of Cowboys.
Queen of Cowboys. She's like,
Which it's interesting because you picked this out in the first season where they were passing around that one book.
yeah, Jodi Picoult. We meant to. I forget which book it was.
Yeah,
but it was
it popped up in
and they debated
a
about
lot
how
of
to
the
say
episodes.
Jodi's name. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to do the same thing with this book.
I don't know. We'll see. What was it called? Cowboys?
Queen of Cowboys.
Yeah. She's like, you read this to pass the time until you're dating again, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a big book.
She says something about a bareback Bronco ride.
She is so funny to me.
Really
that
good.
character
She's
is so
really good.
and oh my gosh, she's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get into Sabrina, who actually starts off in New York City. She's in a cab.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get these
Jobs.
auditions.
Yeah, right.
And then she gets this text from, I'm assuming it's Amanda, that apparently what happened was Lindsey took a flight.
No, she gets a notification that her credit card has been charged
that's right,
for an
that's
airline
right. Ticket Southwest.
She's like $900 or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets a notification
That's
that there's
right.
been a
That's
large charge on her credit card.
Yep.
And then she instantly knows that it was probably Lindsey, her daughter, and she knows where she's going. Right. So now she's got to leave New York.
And head back
and that
to
brings
Merinac.
her back to Merinac. Yeah, that was a pretty good way of bringing her back.
Yes.
Because you wonder, because she leaves, right?
Yeah.
At the end of last season.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, because her and Lindsey left in a cab.
That's right.
And Frankie,
That's right.
Frankie, I think, has a thing for her, and she was kind of heartbroken.
Amanda's daughter, Frankie, has a thing for Sabrina's daughter, Lindsey.
Yeah, watching her drive away. But now she comes back. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, while we're talking about Lindsey, then, do you want to discuss her?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
So Lindsey's bought the plane ticket to go, right? So she shows up in Merinac. Now, she doesn't tell them she's coming, right? Doesn't she just show up? She just shows up
at Amanda's house.
At Amanda's house, that's right.
And Frankie answers the door because Amanda's still at work. And she's so you can see the look on Frankie's face. She was so happy.
Happy to see her, right?
Yeah.
But then she realizes that Lindsey's upset, right, with her dad because, you know, her dad basically said he finally has a second chance at being a good dad.
Right.
And then she's very upset because it's like, you know, he's acting like he's not my dad anymore just because I'm 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And can we talk about the marshmallows in that scene?
Those things.
So when Lindsey is telling Frankie about her dad and she's crying and they're having like hot chocolate or something, and those are the biggest marshmallows I've ever seen. Now I've seen the large marshmallows.
Yeah.
The jet puff or whatever marshmallows at the grocery store, but I've never seen marshmallows that big. I'm like, what are those?
She could only put one in at a time. The thing was almost bigger than the cup.
I know.
Gosh.
Where do we get those large marshmallows? Because those would be killer over a campfire or something where you could roast them. Yes. Bring those, please.
It kind of reminded me of Finding Mr. Christmas, and they did that marshmallow contest.
Yes.
Those big, huge marshmallows where they had to take the water and then squeeze it into the cup to overflow the marshmallows.
That's a sidebar. Watch Finding Mr.
Yes.
Christmas. That's a good unscripted show, also known as reality TV, but really good on Hallmark. And it's coming back for season 2.
And you know what else is funny? So in that same scene, Amanda comes home, and so Lindsey is like, "Oh, I gotta hide. She can't know I'm here."
Yeah.
And she goes and hides in the closet. And Frankie turns to her mom and is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Amanda is like, what's going on? And she says something about, what was it? Some kind of prank. And then she opens the closet and there's Lindsey. But I find it funny that these kids,
they think they can
get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, we're stupid.
Well, it was like Frankie is acting weird. And Amanda immediately picks up on it. And she's like, what's going on?
I know. They don't understand.
Yeah.
We've done it, been there, done it, So then I also find it funny. I guess something with the railroad arm now. Yeah, everybody's getting stuck behind on that. It.
Something because it won't go up. It's
broken. Won't go up. Yeah.
So Nancy got stuck behind it. Yeah. Right. So then they all have this meeting at
Franny's.
At Franny's, right? Well, it's called the Chicken Sisters now, right?
Well, yeah.
They changed the name, but it's
Franny's building.
So who is it that shows up? It's Mae, Gus,
Jay,
Sergio. Jay, Amanda, Mae, right? They're all, and are they discussing?
They're talking about the premiere.
Right. They're talking about the premiere coming up, and Sergio kind of tries to warn them, like, you know what reality shows do. Right. Because they have, Kitchen Clash is going to be premiering pretty soon. And they're all like, what? It'll be fine. And Mae tries to tell them, oh, it'll be fine. It's going to be totally fine. And he's like, oh, I don't know. They twist it, they twist and turn things.
Yeah. Which they do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not reality. It's sort of reality adjacent, right?
Right.
Reality TV. So, and, I thought what was cool, too, is at the beginning, you kind of see that since the show came and filmed and, and the production team left, right? Like Mae and Amanda, they're all stars now in their town. They walk in and they get kind of, everybody is cheering for them and they're all excited that it's bringing attention to the town and maybe is going to bring people in. Right. It hasn't premiered yet, but it's coming up. So they're kind of treated like stars and Amanda's like soaking it all up and loving it, and Mae's just enjoying watching Amanda enjoy. So.
Yeah. And Amanda realizes that Mae's lying because she has a tell when she lies.
Right.
She kind of looks up and over.
Right. Mae's lying when she says it'll be fine. They're not going to twist anything. It's going to be good. Yeah. Right. And then you have, I did think it was good that we have the continuation of Mae's growth because in the last season, she was the one who really saw the error of her ways a lot and really came around and tried to apologize and was trying to make amends and coming back, so she apologizes to Amanda about ruining her wedding because she tried to talk Amanda out of marrying Frank Jr. Yeah. And Amanda's basically like, it was the right message, just the wrong time.
Yeah.
Which not my wedding date. Yeah. I thought that was really good. And then Amanda's like, once Mama disowned me, I didn't think about it anymore anyway. And you realize Gus is listening. Mm-hmm. And then we find out that Gus, too, has made a lot of changes in these 8 months. It's still hard for her to talk about things that she did that hurt her girls. Yeah. Like she's having a hard time fessing up to things that happened in the past. But she is moving forward.
I think she's probably the second character that has made a big change.
Yes, Gus.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
She does.
So,
then we have Mae confronting Farmer Jarvis
while he's eating. She's trying
I thought it was so funny how she just walks up to him like, we're having a survey of what is your best, what side do you love the most? And he says green beans, and she just lights up because that's her favorite side.
She's like, me too. Yeah.
And then she turns around and starts to walk away, and she has this big old smile.
Right.
I thought that was so funny.
Then he tells her he's proud of her.
Yes.
And she's like,
it's my daddy. Daddy.
Mae really thinks that she is on to something, but when she goes to talk to her mom about it, her mom drops the bomb that it can't be Farmer Jarvis because that's her second cousin.
And she's like, well, what about the picture? He's touching your belly. And Gus is like, that's how he tells the gender of the
gender of the baby
is. Yeah. And usually he's right.
Well, she said he's 50% right or something like that. Yeah. He has a 50% chance. So
that was funny.
So then Mae tries to talk to Gus. Yeah. About who her daddy is after that. And Gus really doesn't want to tell her.
Right.
And Mae gets upset, but not upset like she used to in the past. She's not going to run away from it. She's not, she just is, she's upset, but there's nothing she can do, right? Nope. If Gus won't tell her, she won't tell her.
Yeah. But that's cool, She'll tell her when she wants to tell her.
When she wants to tell her, yeah. But then a little bit later, you see Gus after Mae leaves, because she's at her restaurant. She pulls out the box that has to do with Mae's dad. So it's like a memorabilia. It's got
a bunch
I don't
of
even
pictures,
know. Did she pull stuff out of it?
Letters.
Yeah.
Was that a wedding dress she pulled out of there? Or it looked like it was the wedding dress. I'm not really
sure. Yeah. But I thought it was interesting because the narration is Gus hoped one day that the things Mae's dad had done would quit hurting, but they never did.
Yeah.
So today's the day she decided that Mae was more important than her broken heart.
Yeah.
And that's improvement for Gus, because she's pulling out this box and you can tell she's contemplating she's going to tell Mae who her daddy is.
Yes.
Her daddy is, right? And then the song was so good. And that's what I meant to look up was what the name of the song was during that scene. They had some really good songs in this episode.
Man,
yes, that we have to find. So,
but what was interesting to me is the scene where Gus pulls up to the dumpster. And I'm thinking, oh, please don't revert back to the hoarding, right? You think she's going to do that. And she bends down, she picks something up, and she throws it in the dumpster. And then she looks over, there's a bike on the ground. I'm thinking, oh, she's just going to grab the bike because maybe she wants to fix it and just ride around the town, right? But she picks up a yellow flower. And the yellow flower is what the chicken symbol was made of.
At the beginning.
At the beginning. And it's also what was in her tin box that she pulled out of the walk-in refrigerator, and I thought that was
Was there a yellow flower in there?
Yeah, it was a yellow flower. I didn't notice it
was yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was dried.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
So, but you know what I thought in that moment? So Gus, she's at her house. It's burned to the ground. There's a big dumpster with all the burned stuff in it, right? Like you said. And she tosses something in there, and then she picks up the flower, but then she kind of smells the flower and she kind of smiles.
Yeah.
And you got to think, like, to me, it was like a new beginning, like a fresh start. Like she can to me, it sort of signified maybe letting all that stuff go finally, the physical stuff and the emotional stuff and moving forward because she is wanting to tell Mae who her dad is. And that's, so that's how I viewed that moment too, is just that it's like new life, kind of, and things bloom again in the spring.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that was kind of that was kind of how I viewed that particular moment. So
I can see that.
And then we have Frank Jr.
Oh my God,
he cannot tie his own shoes. Apparently,
I'm telling you. James, you do a perfect job because I hate you in this TV series.
No, you don't hate him. You don't hate the actor.
The character.
The character, Frank.
You do such a good job. It's like
because
he didn't grow at all.
You think, and we talked about this last season, is that you think that he's like he has moments where you're like, oh, maybe he's finally changing, and no, he's not.
Nope.
And then you think, and it's like they're showing you that he is not going to change. But as a human, you want to believe it. You're like, oh, maybe he'll change. But he comes over to his old house, their old house, but he doesn't live there anymore. Amanda, lives there, and or rightly so.
Right.
So he comes over because. He had asked Amanda earlier if he could come by the house.
Right. And Amanda said, you can come over, but bring the signed divorce papers.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, okay. Because he didn't say anything about laundry, did he? He wanted to come over for something.
He had some documentation he needed filled out.
That's right. That's right. For his new company and the insurance and
he didn't know
stuff.
What the information.
He didn't know like his blood type. He didn't. And then so then he comes over to the house and he just happens to bring his laundry basket too.
And happens to still have his key to the house.
And we had heard earlier, Amanda had admitted that he was still coming over and doing laundry. And Mae's like, Amanda, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So then he brings that. So then he's like, she answers the question. She's like, last four is this, your blood type is this. And this is the last time you went for that. And I'm like, oh my God, he cannot. I mean, oh, gracious. So then he wants to do his laundry. And she's like, okay, just separate. And then she's like, you got to separate the clothes. And then she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And then she realizes, what the heck am I doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Where are the papers?
Yeah.
Like, where are the divorce papers?
And of course, Frank Jr. is like, oh, I seem to have forgotten them again. And
I'd be like, bye. And I would change the locks.
She didn't want anything to do with it. And he was like, I love you. I miss you. I'm sorry. And, I want our life back because I loved it. And she was like, I didn't.
He said it was great or something. And she said, for you.
For you, yeah.
For you, it was great.
Yeah. So that was a really good scene.
Yeah, I thought that.
And then he ends up leaving and he forgets his laundry. And she's like, come and get it.
Take your laundry.
So he gets back in his car and they pan down to the seat where the divorce paper actually were. Come on, man. Sign them.
You could do
Sign
it. You could do it. And then that's where the narrator says, you know what's about as useless as a pogo stick in quicksand? Unsigned divorce papers in your truck. I thought that was
I know.
funny. And I'm like, does anybody know what a pogo stick is anymore? I mean, really? You think the kid, we don't see them. We have a ton of kids in this neighborhood and I've never seen one on a pogo stick. Yeah. Do they still make them anymore? I don't know. I had one growing up. I know the kids had one growing up, but I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
I know.
Like, is that a lost metaphor? I don't know.
And then you have, so you have Lindsey who's staying over at Amanda's and she's woken up by some crazy sound outside, and she goes into Amanda's room to wake her up. And you can now she lived in New York, so you have all those sounds, right?
Right. She's used to
to trains and people screaming and all that stuff. Then you move to the country and it's like crickets, right? You get all the bugs and stuff. And I just thought that was a really interesting scene.
That one sound would bother her in the quiet of,
Because you know me, I got to have a fan, the ceiling fan, a floor fan, and a noise maker.
A sound machine,
Yeah,
believe me.
I understand that. I related to it.
So you think all that other, like all the other, like New York noise, she's used to that, but then you go there and it was like an animal or something that Amanda said.
Frank Jr. was supposed to get rid of, but didn't. Yeah.
And then you have Sabrina. She's pulling up in a truck and she's trying to drive this huge
black truck with flames on the side door, on the side of the doors.
It's bigger than like a pickup. I don't even know what kind of.
It's called a dually.
I'm terrible with cars. Yeah. So she's like, stop, start, and she's getting to the house, to Amanda's house where Lindsey is, and then she goes in, and I think she looks at Lindsey and she's like, you're in big trouble, young lady. But then she just gives her a hug, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So you kind of see that she has softened as well. Right. Because last time she was a little harsher, a little harder. And she realized, her character has grown. So that's good. And then they decide to stay for a couple weeks until the wedding. Right. Because the wedding's going to be in a couple weeks. So they're going to stay through the premiere of Kitchen Clash.
And the girls are happy.
Right. And the girls are excited.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get Mr. Chicken showing up.
Mr. Chicken shows up at the cluckery.
And he gives Junior another pep talk. And I just thought,
what's interesting about that is he says he's seen a cut of the show and it's going to go very well for Frank Jr. And so as the audience watching it, we know it's not going to go well for some of the others because Frank Jr. is not a nice guy. He's kind of an ass.
Yeah, he is.
He is an ass, right? He's like a chauvinistic. So now we know that the reality show is going to twist some things. Yep. And some things did happen, but they're going to really, err on the side of, and if Frank Jr. comes off as an angel, we in trouble.
Yeah. And then we have the pastor constantly telling Nancy he has a proposal for her.
Yeah.
So Nancy throughout the show is thinking he's going to propose to her.
That, yeah.
And you're not sure what he's going to do. But I thought that was a nice little insert into the show.
What the proposal? Yeah. So then are we getting to the Kitchen Clash premiere?
Yeah, we're getting to the Clash. Right. They're all at Franny's. And of course, you have Shauna selling her t-shirts. Making the money, making bank. Yes, that's I thought that was so funny.
And then you have the mayor shows up, right?
With a giant key.
The mayor shows up. Oh, does he?
Yeah, he gives her a giant key. Yeah, to this gives it to Nancy.
So then you have Mae apologizes to Gus.
Yes.
and says, I'm sorry that I asked you who my dad was. I know it upset you or whatever. And you can see Gus, like, I'm not sure if she's relieved because now she's not going to tell her
Right.
because she apologized, or is she just like appreciates the apology but is still going to tell her? Like, we don't know. Right.
Yeah, but she called somebody on the piece of paper she pulled out of that tin can, so we don't know who she called.
You're right. We don't know. We're not sure.
I'm going to assume someone's going to show up somewhere down the line.
Right. And then you have Lindsey and Frankie hanging out in a booth, and another kid shows up, and he says he's Frankie's boyfriend, and Lindsey has a shocked look on her face.
Yes.
But we don't know. We don't know. There might be more context. Right. And so does Frankie. So we're not sure what the context of that is going to be yet. Sabrina sees Gus and is like, good to see you, Gus, loving the hair. And Gus is like, Nancy did it to me because her hair is cut short, which is really funny.
Yes, right? I loved it.
And then you have...
Yeah. So they're all sitting down.
They're all sitting around. Like a lot of the townspeople have come in for the premiere. The mayor, they're all there.
Yeah. And Sabrina, under her breath, kind of says, I wonder if they used the hidden camera footage. And Mae was like, what?
No, Mae said Kitchen Clash doesn't use hidden cameras. And then Sabrina just looks at her.
And says, some people don't read their contract. Yeah. So
So now, so Mae knows just before it airs that there's probably going to be stuff airing that's not good, right? Yep. So then the premiere starts. Everybody's excited. They're cheering, right?
Yep.
And then they show the preview. They haven't even shown the episode yet, right? So the preview, we see Sabrina quitting.
Yes.
Because she quits at the very end. They show a little bit about the sweet tea debate. Remember when they made something not sweet tea? And that's when
Amanda played a prank on her.
That's like a crime in the South to try to serve somebody unsweet tea. Then you have Nancy and Gus fighting over the hose, which happened last season. And then Mae saying, I can't believe I ever lived in this podunk town. And then she's like, I'm sorry, at the premiere. And then...
Well, you have Amanda breaking into the restaurant.
Right.
Getting ready to do her thing. And then you have the Amanda, Sergio kiss.
Yep.
And then it flashes back to the cluckery, and Frank Jr. is like,
Frank.
What?
Oh, Frank Jr. What? Right. Because he doesn't know.
And he throws something at the TV, and then we go back to Franny's, and everybody's like looking around.
The big reveal there too is that Nancy saw.
Yes.
We forgot. Yeah. So we see the kiss, but then you also see Nancy saw the kiss. So now Frank Jr. knows not only was there a kiss, but his mom saw it and never said anything.
Yes. How humiliating.
Right. Yeah. But you know what I thought was interesting was Mae kind of acted a little shocked, and maybe she was shocked that they were showing it, but she knew about the kiss, right? Because remember because Amanda told her that her and Sergio had kissed.
But she didn't tell her how it went down.
Right. So then that's pretty much the shocking end.
Yeah, and Sergio
and the episode hasn't even started yet. It's just the preview of Kitchen Clash, and so it's going to be interesting. I think they have really good places to go.
Yep.
I think there's a lot that so I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
I think this season, I'm curious about it. I still love all of the characters.
Yeah.
I love all the actors who play the characters. Like you said, the chemistry is still there. And it's going to be cool to see where it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So out of 5 drumsticks, how many did you
5
get?
Chicken drumsticks?
Yes. 5 chicken drumsticks.
How many chicken? I would probably give this one probably like a 3.5.
I was going to give it a 4.
You're going to give it a 4?
Yeah.
3.5, 4. I thought it was good. It was missing some of that quick wit, some of those quick one-liners that we got in the first season with Gus and even Nancy, her Nancyisms, and the narrator was good, but it was sort of some hoping
I think it's going to
picks back up and it comes back.
Yeah.
So 3.5. So definitely worth the watch, I think.
I think so too. So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media. If you really, really like the show, we would really, really appreciate your positive review.
We would.
Yes, we would. And that would be on Apple or Spotify.
Correct.
And if you didn't really like the show, we'd still appreciate your positive review.
Yeah. You could find something positive, right?
Yeah.
Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.